If you've got a workplace pension and you've never actually looked at what's in there, you are not alone because most people have no idea whatsoever. So here's what you need to check. So most people have a workplace pension, right? So when you start a job, you get auto enrolled and then a bit of money gets taken out of your paycheck every single month. Your employer matches it and then you just forget about it. And in the back of your mind, just sat there thinking, do you know what? I think it's growing. You think you're sorted for retirement. But here's the thing though, do you actually know what's in it? Like, have you ever logged in and checked? Because let me tell you something, most people haven't even logged in and checked. I know I didn't for years, and most people have no clue what's actually in there. So, how much is in there? What are you invested in? How much is your employer actually contributing? And that's where the problem is because you're relying on this thing to help you through retirement, but you don't even know what is in there. My name's Harriet, by the way, and a few years ago, I realised that I had no idea what was in my own workplace pension. Like, I'd been paying into this thing for years and years and years, but I'd never actually logged in to look at it. And when I did log in, I'm going to be honest, it was not great. My employer match was really low, and the fund that I was invested in, it was hardly even growing. And then I had this massive realization. I was like, if I'm only going to rely on this alone, I'm not going to have the kind of retirement that I wanted to have. And when I saw that amount, that's when I started to take learning about investing seriously. And since then, I built a multiple six-figure investment portfolio because I wanted options. I didn't want to just hope that my pension was going to be enough when I was ready to retire. And what I do now is I help first-time investors who have got money in savings understand how to actually build wealth for retirement instead of just crossing their fingers and hoping that it's going to work out for the future. Because here's what most people don't realize. So your workplace pension, yes, it could be amazing, but it could also be very disappointing. But you will not know until you actually look at the numbers. So there are a few things that you need to know. So you need to find out how much is actually in there, how much are you putting in every month, how much is your employer contributing every month, and what is it actually invested in. Because let me tell you something, most workplace pensions, they have really low employer contributions, something like maybe 3 or 5%. And if you're only putting in the minimum to get the match, that's not going to be enough to retire on. And also, some workplace pensions, they're invested in really conservative funds. That basically means that your money is not really growing much, but you are not going to know this until you log in and you check. So here's what you need to do. You need to log into your workplace pension and actually look at what is in there. You then need to check how much are you contributing and then check how much your employer is matching and check what you are invested in. Because once you know what you've got, you can figure out if it's enough or not and if you need to do something else alongside it. For example, do you need to open up a stocks and shares ISA, which is basically a tax-free account where you can invest up to £20,000 a year, and whatever that you grow inside that account, it is totally yours tax-free, or a SIP, which stands for self-invested personal pension. And that's basically just a pension that you set up for yourself and then you choose what you invest in and where you invest in. So both of these accounts, they give you more control, and you can also top up your workplace pension so that you're not just relying just on the one. Have you checked your workplace pension yet? Or are you just hoping that it's going to be enough? And let me know in the comments. And if you want help learning how to invest properly for retirement, check out the information in my bio. Like and follow for more.